The announcements will start shortly. Thank you for your patience. I hear that I can't stop yet. Okay. Okay, sound is on. Perfect. All right. Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for watching our end of the year live stream. We've all been very much looking forward to this event. There have been a lot of people actually working from 3 in the afternoon to make this happen. As you can hear, we had some trouble getting everything up, but now we're up and running, and now we can get ready and have an awesome event with all of you guys. So you can already see it here. Of course, this is one of the highlights that we have here tonight, the announcement of the competition winner. But this is definitely not the only announcement that you will see this evening. We have the Canada Board announcement as well, which is definitely something to look forward to. What can we expect from next year, and who is going to lead that year? The Lostrum Committee will have a lot of interesting and very surprising announcements to make, but more on that later, of course. And in the meantime, we'll try to keep you entertained with some nice announcements, some nice content that will be coming your way. So definitely stay tuned. I hope everyone is having a good time, having a beer at home, and let's get started. So what I want to start with you here is we're in Hubble, and this is the place that we started this year, and it's also the place that we would like to end it. Maybe the circumstances are a little bit different, but we'd still be in our, and we're still here together. We can look back at a very interesting year. We've been very glad to have a very good introduction period with a lot of people coming to the introduction events. People needed to stand during the introduction lectures to be able to let everyone in. We have had a lot of new influx of new members in the IGs, which is of course awesome to see. We've been able to organize events with partners here or outside. Think about Rabobank going there to watch it in the stadium. Thinking about the case night that we've had here, the visits to Capital Mine, for example, in their office, and seeing what they do day to day. It's been amazing so far. But of course, one of the biggest things that has changed with their society this year is the coronavirus, of course. And we're very glad to see that even though it's been a little bit more difficult to organize things, as you can see here, between us, of course, we can still see that a lot has been possible. The community is still alive and thriving. We've been able to have multiple lectures, and multiple community events as well, so we can still see that the association is live and kicking, and that's of course awesome to see when we're heading towards our Lostrum year. But I want to come back to that virus because, as you all probably noticed, it's had a very big impact on our competition so far. Started out very good with one of the longest bull markets we've seen in recent history. IGs were ranking up. Profits real fast, but of course then according to some black swan event happened and things went south. What we've seen this year is we've seen more leveraged short positions than ever before. We've seen more long positions as well. Some interesting strategies, and also more passive and management of portfolios as well. What has been really interesting to see this year is that maybe it wasn't the best year in with regards to returns. Maybe it wasn't the best year with glorious green numbers, but it was definitely an educational year. All things aside, of course, like the coronavirus has seriously hit some people, and we of course want to acknowledge that for investors it's of course tough to see that our numbers are going down, but it's even tougher for some people that have lost their job and that are in serious difficulties while in health or otherwise. So of course we must take a step back and must realize that we're still playing a game, and it's still something real as well. But coming back to that situation, the most most interesting thing we've seen is that we've faced the most volatility, and it's definitely been a good learning experience. So predicting the market was very difficult this year, but some groups have been better at it than others. So what strategies worked? Well, let's first think about the short strategies. There were more short strategies than usual, and it hasn't gone as well for everyone, we can say. Definitely some gains were made on the short term, but on the longer term it hasn't been the most profitable strategy. Long strategies have also been effective this year, on the right moments, of course. But in the end, what it really came down to, and what marks the competition, is not trying to game the market. It's not trying to play with or against the tides of the prices, but just to realize that some moments are just not for your investment group, and to step out and to take a back seat and to watch everything unfold. This has been the winning strategy of this year. And without further ado, I'd like to also announce that the winner of the competition of this year is Cederis Investment Group. Congratulations! I'd like to ask Fritz to come forward. Congratulations. Right, so congratulations, Fritz. And do your speech if you want to.
Yeah, thank you. Well, it was a hard-fought battle, but luckily we've made it till the end and we've won. My group mates made a speech for me. I haven't looked at it yet. I will read it out loud now. Heb ik hem kwijt, zie je dat? Yeah, here it is. Imperfect action is better than perfect action. A quote by Harry Truman, the president of the US ending the Second World War. Though our times are in many ways different than the times Truman uttered these words, we at Cederis believe that this quote captures the importance of what we do here at B&R. We, the members of B&R, all realize that without a proper understanding of money and capital, we cannot properly secure the bright future we desire. However, we live in times with European interest rates approaching zero and the inflation rates higher than 2%. So for us, perfect inaction results in the destruction of the wealth we acquired working the precious finite hours we have on this earth. Therefore, action, albeit imperfect, in the form of investing, is now more relevant than ever. I understand that some of us imperfect might be an understatement in describing our actions within the competition this year. The corona crisis caught the markets by surprise and have driven all the investment groups towards negative returns. Though we at Cederis were able to reduce our loss to just X%, I have no clue how much it is right now. Some groups may have panicked or have become greedy, resulting in great losses. However, we urge you to remember that although times were tough, we, by participating in this competition, took the opportunity to experience our first real crisis in a relatively safe environment, bringing us lessons of which we can pick the fruits for many years to come. Not inaction can teach you this, only imperfect actions can. Cederis' approach to the market embodies two key aspects to investing and trading. First, money management and diversification, more than anything else, is fundamental to capital preservation and growth. Hedging our positions, letting winners run, securing profits along the way, and cutting losses quickly all helped us to survive this turbulent financial landscape. Furthermore, this approach helped us stay well within our maximum downdraft limit of 4% at any given moment during the competition, even when the stock market plummeted. Second, we stayed true to the motto, quoting Bill Williams, to want what the market wants. When the market is bullish, Cederis is bullish. When the market is bearish, Cederis is bearish. We understand more than ever, and especially in light of this year's competition results, that working against the market is fatal. So our advice to others is simple but effective. Follow the trend or stay out of the market. This is our approach to capital preservation and finding windows of opportunity for growth in both good and bad times. And last but not least, I would like to underscore that Martijn is absolutely awesome. Because our president always concludes our always with a poem. I would like to end the competition with a poem as well. Penny stocks are red, exotic currencies are green, and Sedaris follows its money-making routine, like an automated teller machine. No hope for hydroxychloroquine. So we are just riding the hype of a possible corona vaccine. Thank you.
Of course, there's a couple of prizes that you can take home. Of course, the first one and the biggest is internal glory. Of course, everyone was able to witness your victory, and I think that's definitely something you can take home. And as you said, also the learning experience from which you can hopefully reap the rewards for years to come. Just to clarify for everyone what the end result was, I have it here. Sedaris won the investment competition with a total return of minus 2.69%, with a sigma of 2.04 and an m squared of minus 6.48%. Congratulations. And also congratulations for Helicopter Holding for becoming second and Bonificatio for becoming third. Congratulations. Later results will also be posted online so that everyone can see it, but we of course wanted to save it for this moment. And we brought 2 bottles of champagne. One you're allowed to open now, but of course also one to take home and to share with all your IG mates. Okay, we'll briefly cut to a shot of Fritz opening the bottle of champagne later. But again, congratulations. Enjoy your evening. Also, Sedaris people at home, congratulations, and everyone at home also congratulations with your excellent results. Even though maybe you just grabbed next to the trophy. Thank you. Woo!
Yes!
Now we already briefly looked back at the year, of course. We looked at some of the events and some of the things that we've experienced together. But of course, one of the things that makes these experiences, of course, the people that stand behind you and make it all possible. One of the things that we as a board have been very proud and very glad to be able to facilitate is the creation of continuous committees without whose help has a lot of this would not have been possible. As you can already see, for example, this stream is actually hosted and provided by the Lustrum Committee. I have 2 of the technical people over there working hard to make sure everything runs smoothly, and that's only a tip of the iceberg. Into this evening or in all the commission work so far. So befitting, of course, with that effort are some fitting prizes as well, or some fitting gifts that you can take with you to remember this year and to look back at a very, very nice year in the competition and in the societal year. So first of all, we'd like to say that everyone who's actively contributed to the society within a committee will get their very own BNR Dopper with branding as well. We've already announced that everyone who's watching the stream at home, who's member, can also subscribe for a book. So you can order a book and we'll sign it, and you can come and pick it up. But next to that, everyone who's been active in the committee will also be able to pick up their own BNR Dopper. Next to that also is that people that have been active in a committee and have been active in another efforts will also be able to pick up some free BNR socks as well. So there's a lot of good stuff to look forward to. But of course, it doesn't entirely cut it, because some committees maybe deserve a little bit more than others. There are some special committees out there. For example, the Symposium Committee, which has been very hard at work this year, making it possible to have a symposium next year, they will have budgets in their, or they will have money in their budgets to provide with fitting clothing when they have their when they have their symposium. The same goes for the Lustrum Committee as well. They can't go without proper clothing, so that's also going to be provided for. That might be something you might have guessed, but something else that we're going to announce that is going to be very exciting as well is that everyone who's bartended at Hubble for BNR for 6 times or more will get their own branded BNR Tappers vest. So we've actually ordered Gillettes. You're going to have the logo of BNR and of Hubble on there. You're going to have your own name on there. And if you stop with BNR, which you should never do, you can take it home with you. But only if you have bartended 6 times or more. So thanks to in this year so far, I think. Thank you for helping us so much with all the bartending shifts, and we hope that's a fitting present for your input that you had there. So that's some looking back. We'll also do some looking back, of course, during the General Assembly. Please join in, of course, as well there. But it's much more exciting, of course, also to look forward to what's coming next. And actually, most of the remainder of the stream will be focused towards that. So what can we expect next year? There are 2 important things to that. First of all, it's good to realize that we're going to have a Lustrum year, of course, next year. It's the 5th year of the association. It's going to be the first Lustrum that we'll have, and a lot of people have been working behind the scenes for months now to make sure that that's going to be an extra special year of the association. So more on that later. Actually, a lot more on that later. But first, a good Lustrum year also needs a good board, of course. As you've seen, like, we have been busy at work this year to facilitate everything that's possible. But of course, the association needs to grow, needs to expand, and needs just a little more ambitious board for next year to make it all happen and to make it all to come together. And we're very proud to announce that the Canada board in its entirety is present with us in Hubble as well. I'd like to ask to come forward the Canada president of the 5th board, to give us a short introduction of what we can expect next year. Please come over. I believe there's a special announcement that I also didn't know about that we're going to see before we start the. So hold on for a couple of seconds, and then we'll see that. There's a couple of more seconds. They're working hard on it. We promised a more ambitious board, and a more ambitious board you'll get. Oh, I have a very interesting announcement actually in the meantime. So just one of the signs that our Canada board is actually more committed to the association than us is, of course, also that they've promised actually to clean up a couch at one of the BNR houses as well, which is, of course, I mean, that's just one of the very nice indications that they're really committed to this year, and we're very thankful for picking it up immediately and doing a very good job at that as well. Whoa! Woo! All right. Thank you for joining us, Tim. Well, I mean, we can now be vocal about it, of course. You're going to be the candidate president of the fifth board. Congratulations, of course, from the fourth board, from the supervisory board, but also hopefully from a lot of people that are watching as well. But we'll hear about all the policy things, of course, later on. We all have some time to think about it over the summer holiday, and this is definitely not the moment for that. But we, of course, want to know a little bit more about you guys, of course. Could you maybe introduce about the first impression that you've had about on your board so far?
Well, thank you again. Yeah, it has been a couple of weeks now, and a lot of exciting stuff has happened already. We're just starting out, and yeah, we have some awesome plans coming up. Of course, next year will be a great year, I think, for the association. We have Lustrum, of course. We have some other academies coming up. A couple of activities got cancelled, of course, due to Corona, and we'll move them over. It will be really packed with a lot of activities, with a lot of nice company visits, and just an awesome year altogether. We started working on that like a little bit, but we still have quite a lot to do, of course, and we'll really work on that coming summer. And if you have any input, if you want to see something back in the academies or want to have a special company visit, some team you really want to know something about, just let us know, because we will try to make it work. Yeah. So I think we'll do a short introduction of us all together. Yeah, sure. So we have myself as president, as you probably know. We have Sergio as secretary, Roemer as let's do some applause in there. Sergio, come up here. Yeah, let's all come up here.
We can have 3 people on the stage.
Yeah, how much? 3, okay. Well, Sergio, you can come up. Let's do a short introduction of yourself. So this is our secretary for the candidate board next year. You can talk some bit about yourself.
Hi, as you all know, I'm Serja. I'm the candidate secretary for next year. I'm a master's student in data science, and I'm really looking forward to working with all of you to have awesome activities next year.
Well, thanks a lot. I think second we have Roemer. Roemer as treasurer for next year. Please come up, Roemer. There you go.
Thank you, Tim. Hi everyone. Well, I'm Roemer. I'm the Roemer. I'm the candidate treasurer for the fifth board. And as the rest of the board, I'm really looking forward to the first Lustrum year of BNR. And I'm in my third year, last year of my bachelor in mechanical engineering.
Well, great. And then last but not least, we have Ruben. Ruben is going to be our officer of external relations. Please come up, Ruben.
Thank you, Tim. I'm honored to be the second of the candidate external relation for the fifth board. I'm looking forward for the Lustrum year, and it will be a great year, and we'll do a lot for the society. And thanks a lot.
Well, excellent. Thank you very much. I think some information about me. I'm third year electrical engineering. Next year I'll be doing boards next to like a final couple of courses to finish up my bachelor. But just a lot of time to make it a great year. I'll guess I will turn it back to Gerard. I don't know if you want to ask some questions to the new board.
Yeah, sure. Maybe it's also nice to have some people of the next boards close by, so that we can have like an interview with some of you people, of course. So, Tim, of course, as hopefully a future president, as of course you're tasked to kind of gauge, of course, like what is your team, what are the capabilities, are we going to have a good team dynamic? I know it's been very short, of course, but first impressions also also count as well. Like, what is your first impression of your team, and how do you think that will play out?
Yeah, we already had some great evenings together. So it's just the first brainstorming plans. We're just having a lot of fun, having a couple of drinks, of course, along with it. And yeah, up until this far, it has been great. I think we have some awesome ideas coming up. Some are quite ambitious, but we'll see how it will go next year. I think up until now it has been good, and I have all the confidence next year it will also be it will continue this way, and we'll have a great year coming up. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we're also very confident in next year with all the committees, with you on the in the lead. We're sure that we're going to have an amazing year, of course. You have had, of course, some experience in this year as well with contributing to BNR in different places. One of those is, of course, the presidency of BRAC. How do you think the presidency of BRAC will flow over into the presidency of BNR? Is it like one stair or an entire staircase? How do you look at that?
Well, to be honest, I think it's a stair downwards. I think BRAC is the best committee of BNR. I think all the activities were really nice. I think we had some amazing plans coming up, but we'll do that next year. So unfortunately, I have to resign as president of BRAC, but I hope somebody else will take upon the burden. Yeah, it was an amazing committee. Like founding the committee was a lot of fun with all the other guys that helped me. And yeah, we put down some amazing stuff, and I hope this will be a tradition for the coming years. I think I learned quite a bit during the committee, but I think I will learn way more during the board year next year. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I definitely agree that the BRAC already this year made a lot happen. It was such a shame that we haven't been able to experience the active member trip, of course. We had a very cool trip planned to the south of Germany, and while it didn't actually go through, they were also responsible for organizing that, and we were so close, of course, to making it happen. So the effort was there, the result not, but of course the input is still really appreciated, and we'll be sure that comes back next year, of course, as well. So I think that it makes like the transition makes sense, of course, and I hope that it will be a very educational year. Yeah, we're like definitely looking forward to it. Can I ask the next? Can I ask the candidate secretary to come up? Serja, can you answer some questions? Thank you. No. All right. So first of all, also congratulations to you, of course, for your candidacy. So last year, you've also been able to contribute a lot to BNR, mainly in the academy committee. How do you feel about the transition between the academy committee, what you've learned there, and how it will be applied in a board year?
Yeah, I had the great opportunity to be part of the academy committee and also to have the chance to organize some lectures along with other members, and I found that a lot of fun, and I think I can only experience more of such events together with my new board next year, hopefully.
Right, thank you. And you've also been like a very prominent organizer in the Ladies' Night, of course. Is this something that we'll see back next year as well?
Yes, absolutely. Maybe we will also organize some activities with Ladies' Night, and I'm looking forward to that.
Sounds awesome, thanks. So, Serja, also, if you were fruit, which fruit would you be?
It's an interesting question. I think, well, strawberry. It's my favorite fruit, and I think that's the fruit I would be.
A strong choice, of course, strong choice. And also we've heard that you're really looking forward to do some things in PR as well, to spearhead there a little bit, to contribute to that a little bit. Is it maybe possible to elaborate, for example, on your motivation there? Why do you find PR so interesting?
Of course, BNR is a small association. I think we have about 110 members. And we can always benefit from having more members, and this feeling of community will only grow if we have more members. And I also think, especially in the times of Corona, like right now, it's especially important to promote to people we can't reach right now through online community. So I think, yeah, it will be a good idea to focus on that next year.
Yeah, thank you. It's definitely going to be a trying time to have the same image, of course, to have the same awareness with students, but having to remain at a distance. So it's definitely going to be important next year, and we're very glad that that the next board is, of course, also looking at that. I'd like to ask the candidate treasurer also to come forward to answer some questions. Yes. Rumor, also many congratulations to you as well. What was your first reaction when you heard that you were going to do the role of treasurer?
Well, I was of course very honored and very happy that I was chosen to be treasurer, and especially in the first Lustrum year, it's I think something I can be really proud of that I was chosen.
Yeah, definitely, and I think also that you make a very good point. The Lustrum year is going to be very interesting, financially as well. Do you think it's going to be more of a challenge, or more of an adventure? Like, how do you look at that?
Well, yeah, of course, with a Lustrum year there are more costs because we have more activities, Lustrum activities. So I think it will be a challenge. But over the past few years, we've of course made a lot of profit. And I think this year we'll do it again, so we have lots of room to diversify the funds on the Lustrum as well. So I'm really looking forward to do that, to manage it.
Okay, thanks. You've also been contributing within the symposium committee, of course. You're external there, of course, so you're contacting with external partners. How do you think the progress of the committee has gone so far, and what can we expect next year from you guys?
We have now been in the committee for the past few months. We have a lot of meetings, weekly meetings, and we've already made a lot of progress. We have already set up some plans. I cannot say a lot about it yet, but yeah, I think it's gonna be a really nice event coming into the second half of next year, second half of the academic year. So yeah, really looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's definitely also going to be a great addition to the Lustrum year as well, of course. Like, we're able to make it bigger and better than all the previous years, and this is just, I think, a cherry on top. Very nice that we're working on this. And then last question, what was your best buy ever in terms of investments?
I think there will be some high leveraged stuff I've ever bought, but I'm not sure which one exactly. I can't say it. I think it was somewhere around 700%. So yeah.
Can we also expect some lectures from you next year?
Definitely. I will try to give some lectures.
All right, thank you. Looking forward to those. Then finally, I'd like to call on the stage the Officer of External Relations for next year, Ruben. Yes, Ruben, of course, also a lot of congratulations to you as well. Of course, your role will be very unique in the sense that you'll be talking to external partners a lot. How would you characterize the partners of BNR that we've had this year, for example? Like, what kind of parties are there?
I think they're very diverse. There are a lot of financial, but also a lot of technical companies that are partners now, and I hope I will get lucky to make the network bigger, and than it is now, with more diversity and more great companies.
Okay. Thank you. And I've also heard that. Well, maybe it's better for you to say, but I've heard that part of your motivation was some kind of like a family heritage. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, my grandfather was the director of the beurs in Amsterdam, and he introduced the IX when he introduced the IX. And my uncle, both of his children are in the financial sector, working in the financial sector, and I hope they will come one day to BNR to give a lecture or something, but that will be okay.
Right, thanks. And of course, that this is a very nice addition to that family heritage as well. Do you think you're going in that direction as well? Finance, is that the way you wanna where you wanna end up?
Not totally the financial sector, but I hope to do something with a technical aspect in it. So I don't know really where I'm going to. I don't know it yet, but I don't think it will be fully the financial sector, but an aspect of it will be nice.
Okay, thanks. Of course, you will have a lot of time to think about that with your board as well. I mean, it's a bit premature, of course, so please also take the time to think about this with them as well. And then lastly, of course, also a very important question, how do you prefer your pancakes?
I like the American pancakes, a little bit thicker and sweet, with some chocolate. That's it.
Okay, well, thank you so much also for coming up and explaining a little bit more. Please also come on the General Assembly next week. Mom will have a vote, and we can, after the vote, we can really give our entire Canada board all the opportunity to really get started and to transfer all the knowledge and to have them also think about their policy plans as well. But we're of the fourth board and also of the supervisory board are definitely really looking forward to working with these guys. It's been very good so far, and we're definitely looking forward to next year and what's to come. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you so much, and congratulations again. It would also be very nice if the viewers at home can congratulate them personally as well, because of course it's going to be a big thing for them, and if you can get involved, that would be really nice, of course, as well. So those are very good very big announcements, of course, that we've had so far. But we're not done, of course. This is the end of the year live stream. There's a lot to talk about, a lot to announce, and I actually have two people over there who want to talk to you as well. The Lustrum Committee has. Okay, they're coming over here. And of course, you were promised a evening filling program, and they've been putting in a lot of effort over the last few weeks to make that possible for you, actually. So we're going to look at a little bit of an event from them, which is all related to the Lustrum, of course. But I think that Wigger and Roland can definitely explain more about that than I can. So thank you for being here so far with the board. But of course, we're now going to pass it on to the next committee. Yes. Okay, welcome, Wigger, chairman of the Lustrum Committee. I've heard you have an evening full program planned for us. Maybe you could start elaborate with what we can expect for the rest of the evening.
Yes, thank you. As the Lustrum Committee, we've been working very hard for a nice evening that we've planned for you. That we can hold a Lustrum, of course, implies that we're starting to get a bit of history as a society. But, and that's a very big but, there's also quite a bit of alcohol sometimes involved in our activities. So there might be some gaps in your memory. And that's exactly what we're going to test tonight. More about that later. I would like to invite the rest of the Lustrum Committee to come onto the podium. Take care for the corona measures. So 3 here, 3 down there. I don't know, can you... Ja, hij loopt achter. Ja, hij zit wel in beeld. Okay. I hope you can see us all. That what we've planned for tonight is a very nice scavenger hunt, where all the information about BNR is going to be tested. That very soon Maud will drop a link in the chat to start the scavenger hunt. We're just waiting for the delay of the video. And in the meantime, I think we can have an interview or something. I think it would be a good idea.
Yes.
Who shall we interview though?
I think you're the chairman of the Lustrum Committee, the illustrious Lustrum Committee. So I think you have been put on the bench, and we will ask some very, very interesting questions to you.
Well, that sounds like a good idea. But now you're running away, Roland. Where? I need the questions. You need the questions. You don't have to memorize. That's a bit of a. Preview. Ja, top.
Okay.
Heb je de links gestuurd?
Mhm. Waar is de wachtmuziek? I hope you're all hearing our beautiful waiting music. All right, and welcome back. On stage now live at Hubble Community Cafe is Wigger Bullens, the chairman of the Lustrum Committee, the illustrious first Lustrum Committee of BNR Beurs. And next year will be a very, very special year. And we are going to celebrate it together with all of us here at the Lustrum Committee and together with all of you back at home. And I think there are some questions that everyone has on their mind right now. The first one being, what are your expectations for the Lustrum year?
Well, expectations is maybe the wrong word because I know what we're planning, so it's not really an expectation. It's more of something that I know is going to happen, and it's going to be very, very exciting. I, of course, can't tell much more than that because it's all going to be a surprise, but you definitely want to be there.
And what's the theme of the Lustrum?
The theme. Wait, did we forget? Did we? We should have a theme.
We're not.
Oh no.
Oh, but maybe our members can help us by solving the mystery and unlocking the theme.
Who knows? I don't know what's at the end of the scavenger hunt, but maybe that's it. Quickly, help us.
So mysterious. And can you already reveal something about this night?
Well, I think we might have just done that, actually. Can we reveal something more? No, I think we'd like to keep it a mystery for now.
How excited are you about tonight?
Well, I haven't been able to sleep for last month, I think. It's been about 30 days since I last slept because I was so excited for this night. It's been a lot.
And how was your pooping experience before coming to this evening?
Sorry, what was the question again? I was very distracted.
How was your shit and pooping this evening before you started on stage?
Well, if you are at Hubble, I would not use the leftmost toilet. That's all I can say.
Thank you for this recommendation. I will certainly memorize that. How have you experienced the weeks before this reveal?
Well, as I just told, there was a lot of sleepless nights. So just being awake all the time and really preparing everything to the last dot for this night.
And lastly, why do people and the viewers at home and the people here at Hubble have to be enthusiastic about next year's Lustrum?
Well, I mean, this is going to be the first Lustrum of BNR. So that's why we're really making it something special. And you can never have a first Lustrum again. So all activities we're going to do are going to go down in history. And if you're there, you're going to go down in history with them. So that's why you have to be there. And there's also another small announcement that I completely forgot, but there's actually also a prize for the person who first solves the complete scavenger hunt. And it's gonna be our brand new, can I get some? Yeah! An almanac. Almanac. How do you pronounce it?
I think that I have a new question of a viewer just coming in. Is there also a Lustrum almanac?
Yes. Nice. Let's see, what's next on the planning? I would like to invite Gerard on the stage. Yes, come on up. Hi Gerard, how are you on this beautiful evening?
Yeah, doing great. As you've noticed, there is a lot to announce. There's a lot, of course, going on, which a lot of people don't really see happening, of course, when we don't have offline events. But now there's just this great opportunity to share all of that with you guys, and I'm just very excited about that. So it's good also to see some guys and girls of the BNR again. It's been a while since we have an offline thing, so that's just great. Feeling good about it.
That's very nice to hear. Enough about the experience that you have had tonight. How's your experience last year been? Because it's coming to an end, I'm afraid.
Oh, yeah, that's a tough question. Yeah, it's coming closer to an end way faster than I would have expected. I mean, this is the last event that we'll have that is really for the community. That is not the GA, of course, but that is really like open for everyone in this sense online. And yeah, it's been an amazing year. It's been an amazing experience, of course. There have been so many learning opportunities, and I've been very glad to do that with a great board as well. The one thing I really appreciate is that as in a board position, you really get to know a lot of people and a lot of and their appreciation of the society as well. I think that's the biggest thing that I appreciated from last year, that I really found enjoyable. That there's so many people that really care and that really have a great time here, and they come here to relax and unwind, and you can see that it's very valuable to them. And I think that's just gives you a lot of energy and gives you a lot of energy also to organize new things and to continue going. And that's an experience that I can definitely recommend to a lot of people. Yeah.
And I mean, it must also been nice with Corona that you were one of the reasons that you could organize these events where people could still come together and help to combat all the rampant loneliness. That's another question, very different. Do you want to say something? No, definitely. Okay, yeah. I don't think you can hear that, but that's fine. He said he agreed. Very different topic. I'm not sure if this translates well. The question is, how many management points do you have? Which in Dutch is, how many bestuurspunten? First, do you know what bestuurspunten? No? Okay, well that's fine. We'll continue out. No, we'll move on. Then the next question on the list is, and you touched on this topic a little bit already, but what have you learned this year?
One of the big takeaways from this year was definitely that as a team, managing a society, managing all the events, that's a challenge. And I think during a board year, you really learn to appreciate and trust in the problem-solving process. So there will be a lot of moments that you will just feel like you don't know how you're going to solve it, and that's okay, because you'll find out. You have confidence in your team, and you know that you've experienced that you can solve these problems before, and you know that while you may not see the solution now, it will get there, and you'll get there, and you'll solve it in a way that will actually be better and more surprising than you expect. So yeah, a little bit more confidence in that process, I guess. I'm excited to solve problems that I don't know how to solve yet, and that's just very, very nice experience.
Yes, it also sounds like something you can really use in the continuing forward. That what had you hoped to learn, and what would you have liked to have learned in this year, but you didn't get to?
That's a good question. I think that my fellow board members can definitely testify that. Well, of course, I've been striving very hard to be very structured and very organized and very well communicative. I mean, I always also let it slip sometimes, and I'm not always the most well organized person. But I'm very glad that they've been able to deal with that and learn to deal with that as well, so that within a team it works out after all. There's just also some things that you figure out during a board year that are, not personal shortcomings, but personal challenges, and that you'll also learn to have to deal with. But it's also fine. That's also a good learning experience, I think. Some things are just harder than you expect them to be, and that's also a good experience.
Yeah, and certainly with the crisis, of course, there must have been a lot of challenges. On to the next question. What's your best buy ever?
Oh, okay. My best buy ever is not that exciting, I'm afraid. It's not as good as Rumor, I'm afraid, who had the 700% and everything. I'm afraid I'm a bit of a risk-averse investor, and therefore my gains are not that big. But I not too long ago acquired Alphen, and so far it's going great. So I'm very confident. I'm very happy about the returns I've seen so far on that pick.
And then, of course, the next question you can probably guess. What was your worst purchase?
Personally, of with RRG. Yeah. Oh yeah, two. My worst purchase. Like I said, I'm not that risk averse, so I've not really. I have an ETF on infrastructure that's like -6% at the moment. I think that's the worst I've been so far. And with LH, there are definitely positions that have been worse. I think going short with leverage has not worked very well out very well for us. But that's the competition. There, you take some more risks, and it doesn't always work out, I'm afraid.
Yes, I mean that's the competition. That one final question: how quickly can you drink a beer? I mean, you took a little bit of short. I'll. Roland, kun je even een stukje... Nee, kom. Ja, ook goed. Oeh. Nice. Mout, kun je even het bier voor de adwedstrijd? Okay. Well, nice. That was... yes, indeed, yeah. Yeah, it's good. Nice. And... Next we'll have a bigger competition. Because we'd also like to see who is quicker in drinking a beer. The old board or the new board. I already gave you a little bit of an advantage by giving you a first try. So now you can do it for real. I think somebody is making sure that there's beer for the... Yeah. Okay, well apparently people were not being doing that. But it's now being done, so that's good. Meanwhile, is there something you'd like to talk about?
Yeah, sure. So what's been very interesting for us is the online events. I think that's, it's been very strange setting up the events like the live streams that we've done and the online lectures. I think that's very interesting because, of course, we have like a lot of knowledge that was transferred from previous boards on how to do this. And there is no knowledge on how to do the online events. This is a first for everyone. You can also see that in the organization of this this live stream. You can see it in the organization of the lectures, and that's a really very interesting challenge actually. And like you said, I definitely agreed with that. Like I wanted to agree with that earlier, is that it's also a very interesting opportunity to actually give back in the moment that it's really hard to give back as well. So maybe like online attendance is a little bit less, and maybe like the quality of some of the things that we can provide is a little bit less. But it's whatever you can do and whatever you can accomplish. I'm very glad that it's still appreciated and people still come for that, and that we can actually have some events instead of like completely nothing. And it's also very nice to see that the BNR community just keeps on thriving through that, and then we have online drinks where people keep coming back. I think that's just a very interesting thing to see. Like, you know, of course, that the community is strong and that everyone likes BNR, and it's nice to come back to a drink. But it really shows that it's a strong community when it's a little bit harder to come back and a little bit harder to participate, but people still keep doing it. And it's also a lot of input from committees, of course, from you guys, from other committees that find it harder to meet as well. That's definitely that still keeps going on. I think that's very nice. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know whether you agree with this or have any remarks.
Yes, I mean, mostly as a member, in my case, of course, but I definitely agree that the activities that you organized, even with all the limitations that you had, were very nice. For example, the beer tasting, that was a great activity that, I mean, it would have been great to do it live, of course, but it still worked perfectly well as an online activity.
Shout out to Tim, thanks.
Yes, definitely. Shout out to Tim. I would like to invite the old board and the new board, and the soon-to-be board. Okay. Yes, so it is indeed very cold, yeah. Yeah. That's a good idea, actually. Ah, there's my chair. I was looking for it. There we go. Okay, are you guys ready? No. So let's see who's the better board. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah. Come on. Woo! Very nice, very nice. Thank you. So next we'll have the treasurers. Okay, come on. So look each other deep in the eyes. Make a cheers.
Op Mexico.
3, 2, 1, go. It's a little bit of a false start there, Bram. Yeah, it was definitely you won. Congratulations, congratulations. Wie hebben we nog meer? Welke functie? Sorry? Oh, yeah. Next, I would like to invite external on the stage. Hij pakt gewoon water. Okay, well, we have a substitution. Come on up. Yeah. Representing the old board. There you go. And there you go. Take a seat. Yes. Oh, you look very ready. Okay. 3, 2, 1, start. I think the score is 3-0. So maybe the chairman can get a little bit of honor back for the soon-to-be board. But I mean, I did prepare, Gerard, so...
That's some practice, of course.
Yes. So you think you can handle him? I mean, you've just seen it, so you know exactly how fast it's you have to be. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Not a chance. Nice one, nice one.
Yeah, that's a clear victory.
Yes. Very nice. Wat was volgende op de planning? So, how's everybody doing with the scavenger hunt? Sorry? Yeah, come on up on the stage. We have somebody who can tell us how the scavenger hunt is going.
We already have 3 good answers. So 3 people who got the link to the second part. So if you still want to make a chance to win and you haven't finished the first part yet, you should hurry. But we have a lot of questions in which the answers can be found in the members drive. So I would definitely recommend that if you are still struggling on the first part.
Also, I'm not sure if that's on screen, but it's important that if you have the answer, you can send it via WhatsApp to the number. Sorry. To Bram, and the number of Bram, his phone number should also be on the stream, I think. It is. It's down. It's somewhere here. Lower. Okay, Tim, come on up on stage again. We have a... Sorry? Oh, that's also good. We'll do that next.
Yeah?
Yes. Yeah, we have a limited selection of people, of course, because, you know, Corona. So we're going to talk again to the new board. So, I was quite busy handling the stream, so I might repeat some questions because I was not listening to the interview, but that's all right. So what are you most looking forward to next year?
Yeah, I think this way it's better, right? Yeah, Bram, you can have a bear. Okay, cool. What I'm looking most forward to, well, of course, it's going to be a great year. Yeah, it's going to be a great year. Like Lustrum in general, but there's also some stuff happening behind the scenes. Currently in the 4th board, we're going to continue on them, and yeah, that sort of stuff will come out later on in a couple of months / couple of years even, and that's really exciting stuff. And we're really looking forward to it. Not only the Lustrum, but many other things as well.
It's very nice to hear. And so you, I heard you already doing quite a lot of meetings, right?
Yeah, every week we join the meeting of the 4th board to just see how it's working in there, and just learn a bit how they do things, and maybe improve them.
That brings me to the next question. So how is the old board doing? How are they working?
I think they're doing fine. Yeah, the meetings. Yeah, they're fine. I'm not allowed to really criticize them. I think otherwise I would hear it coming Friday. They're doing fine. They're doing fine.
Well, we'll ask him again after he's officially the new board and he can speak freely. Let's see. Is there something just in general you would like the people to know, the people at home?
What a question. Well, what I would like to know is what the theme is of the Lustrum. So I was really looking forward to the theme announcement, but now we still have to wait, right? So it's more a question to you. When will we know the theme? How is it going to work this evening?
Well, that really depends on the people at home, because we lost the theme and we can only find it through the scavenger hunt. So the timing really depends on how quickly you can complete it. And then Tim will also know. And look at him, he's dying to know. He's dying to know.
Yeah, please help me. I really want to know the theme, to be honest. You should all work really hard on the puzzles. I really am quite curious to know, yeah.
I just heard that there's already 2 people who finished the second part of the puzzle. So good job, guys. And then if people have questions for Tim at home, they can also send them to Bram, and he'll tell them to me. If people have questions at home, they can send them to you, and I'll ask Tim.
Or if they have questions for anyone else.
Or anyone else, and we can also bring them up on stage, and that's also fine. So any questions, just send them to Bram. In the meantime, let's see. So how have you been spending the last months? I mean, you must have mostly been inside if everything's going well.
Yeah, especially in the beginning, I kind of lost my study progress. I think quite of us lost it. Roland, I don't think that's 1.5 meters, but oh.
I've lost the theme. I'm still looking for it.
Well, keep searching, please. I want to know. Well, it's a banana and a water gun, so maybe somebody could do something with it. Yeah, last couple of weeks, months has been really strange, of course. I've been spending my time at home with my roommates, having a lot of fun, barbecuing when the weather was nice. Yeah, some studying, of course. The exams are coming up, so yeah, we're working on that. Yeah.
That also going well, I hope, the exams?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident I'll finish some courses this quarter, so I don't have to do them next year when I'm busy with BNR board year. Yeah, I think they're going fine.
So how many... thank you.
No, you don't.
So how many study points do you think you'll get next year? What are you planning on? Are you planning on just continuing your study like there's nothing going on? Or are you planning to just completely take a gap year and spend it all completely focused on BNR as you should be?
Well, I've planned 30 ECTS for next year, and I hope to get them all because I want to finish my bachelor next year. It's only 3 courses and then my BEP with BEP extension. I think I'll manage. Yeah, I think I'm fine.
I hope you do. I'll take a look at Bram. Did any questions come in, or are the people at home very silent? There are only answers coming in. I mean, that's also good, but... So, how many people?
4.
There's already 4 people working on third one, so that's very nice. Roland, come on up on stage. It looks like you're trying to tell something. Neem gewoon even over. Okay, I think we have an... Oh, no. Oh, wait. Somebody won. Nice. Congratulations to...
Bart Hermkes has won the first almanac of BNR, the first version of the first almanac, of course. So he's not here, of course, but we, by everyone being here, want to congratulate him. Actually, I've heard he had some help of Linden, so maybe you can share it with Linden. But Bart Hermkes sent his answer earlier, so Bart Hermkes has won.
Well, congratulations to Bart Hemkens. And I heard, Roland, that you have an interview coming up. Oh, wait, there's an... Oh, that's right, yes. If you also want to get the theme announcement, go continue on the scavenger hunt. And now Roland is coming up on stage. If everything is... he has some technical things he has to... So we'll say goodbye to Tim. Yeah, take a beer. Yep. Cheers. Cheers. Yeah, there we go. Cheers. Yeah, Lucy. I'll give the microphone to Roland.
Yes, welcome back to this live stream. I hope you're all still following along, despite all your efforts to win the competition, which are now a bit futile because the almanac is already given away. However, there's a surprise for you at the end that is still very important for the rest of this evening. Now, for the meantime, we have an interview here, and we got him just out of Hubble, out of the blue, so he doesn't know what he is going to say tonight, but he will be with us, which is Leon Willems. Leon Willems was chairman of Koyos Capital during the second treasurer and secretary of Koyos Capital, a data science group that was founded in the second year of BNR. Tell us, Leon, how was your experience at BNR?
The lectures were great. I've learned a lot. And the drinks were even better than that, because the first few ones there was free beer to shark us in as members. They succeeded, so there were good drinks. And I've had a good time at BNR Beers that year.
And you were specifically focusing with your data science group at algorithm trading. What efforts did you make in algorithm trading, and is that something you want to continue on working on with the future?
The efforts that we've made were, I think, mostly in getting the group together, trying out different tactics with that, different kind of analyses. I don't remember the details exactly, but we never made a loss. That's one thing I can say.
Okay, and after 1 year, Koyos Capital went on to prioritize other things. I heard that members of Koyos Capital were involved in the boards of Pattern and in the foundation of Pattern. What would you do if you were able to come back to BNR and become a member again?
If I would be able to become a member again, which I won't be, but if so, I would certainly become a very active, what is belegger in English? Investor. And maybe also after that a board member. But hey, things don't go the way you usually think they go, so unfortunately, Roland.
I think I have some board members of BNR here present that might just be able to get you a membership.
If they first all vow a buck and get on the list, I will reconsider it.
That's a great challenge. Well, what's the vow a buck challenge?
You know the nerdy folks that try to solve Rubik's cubes? The little cubes that are puzzles with trillions of combinations and only one is correct. The people who are good at it try to do it as quickly as possible. And how do you time that consistently? Well, you have some kind of timer on which you lay your hands, then you start solving the Rubik's cube. But of course we are not that smart, so we try to time other things that you can do quickly, of which one is drinking beer, of course. I think we are, as Hubble board members, as BNR board members, as BNR members in general, quite good at it. And therefore we have invented the Bakvouw ranking list, on which you can time your chuggings, a chugging of a normal beer of 25 centiliters, and see how quickly you can do it. And maybe you appear in the top 20 that we have here in Hubble.
And I've heard from reliable sources that you are the curator of that list, and you're also like the number one. Do you have a special tactic that you can share with everyone else now?
If someone buys me a beer, I can of course show it, but I can tell you my tactics. The first one is, it's not all about the chugging itself, but it's more about the technique of grabbing the glass and putting it away and hitting the Bakvouw timer again. Because a lot of people are quite good at chugging, but they don't know how to handle a piece of plastic. I don't know where it goes wrong, but you can learn from the top 3, I think. They are very quickly, and Roland is in there as well, and the number 5 or something. So it's just about watching, training, seeing what fits best for you personally.
I've heard that our lovely co-board member Daan Vijzelaar, also known as the person that's very good at calculus, because he did it 10 times, has provided us with a golden pleasure. Can you show us how you do it? Yeah. Yes, he used the disinfect. But now it's very clean. You don't get corona from it.
That's good. Otherwise, I would have gotten it like 10 million times already.
Woo! Nice. What's your time?
2.9. Bit of spill, not perfect.
Yeah. I don't think people can see it either. However, thank you for being here at our show tonight. And I would really like to invite... who's next? The waiting music! All right, and we are back with this time our everyone's favorite short external officer, Danny Scheffer. And this year, BNR had a very good year in securing funding and sponsorships from companies. And that's all thanks to the charms of Danny Scheffer. And we are very curious. What did you do with those companies? How did they just give us money for free?
Well, I'm not giving you all the tips to do the same as I did, because otherwise everyone can get those fundings. So I will keep that secret for myself. But what I did, I actually throwed all my charms into the recruiters or the partners which I was sitting together on the table actually, and just asking very kindly, like, okay, I need money, can you please give me the money? No, that's not how it works. It's just like going on a corporation with them, and it's like, yeah, you offer them something and they can offer you something, and yeah, based on that you are going to make a contract and going into a corporation. But it's not always that easy, and even in my board year, it looks like easy with the amount of money I collected, I funded with those partners. But most of the time it's really time effort, which you have to spend. But I really liked it, and yeah, I'm actually looking forward to some events which were cancelled by the coronavirus, which are actually hopefully planned by next year. But yeah, I cannot give you all the tips of that.
Okay, so it's more like a mutual exchange. You give them something and they give you something back. So what do you think makes BNR members more valuable to them?
Well, first of all, we are a technical university, and students with a technical background who want to associate themselves with finance is quite unique actually here in the Netherlands. And that's actually my value proposition which I used to my partners. Technical students who want to learn and want to improve themselves in some kind of finance subjects or investing subjects. And actually with that kind of knowledge we can show the market that we know actually everything. That we are, as an engineer, we can solve your problems, even when it's finance related.
Okay, so that's actually not only something that's valuable for you as an external officer, but also for you and everyone else that's member for BNR, for personal use. I think.
Yeah, even for your personal use, because when most of us do have a background in industrial engineering, I believe, but also the people who don't have that background, they can go in a company and probably they're going to work as a manager. And when they are sitting down together in a team meeting with whole the team, and someone is talking about marketing or finance related stuff, you as a member of BNR in the past, you know that kind of stuff, and you can actually hold a discussion with them, and that's quite useful, I think.
Yeah, that makes the membership much more valuable, I think, and that gives also some motivation for people to continue and to improve on themselves and explore themselves. Yeah, thank you for being here, Danny. And I would really like to ask my lovely assistant at the computer, who's not yet knowing that she's my lovely assistant, to put on the wedding music.
At last, for everyone who missed our beloved Hubble, I will give a small tour through Hubble to show you how it looks like now with the coronavirus and all the measurements taken for this, but it still looks as cozy as ever. So I will show this. Be aware it takes a lot of effort because my phone is connected to the laptop and it's much effort, but we will do this for you.
Okay, welcome back. We are now back on the terrace at Hubble.
Seeing how Frits is going to party because he won all by himself because all of the terrace is not here, but Frits is having a very good time. I do. And furthermore, you see Frits already drank a lot of his champagne because the bottles almost, I don't know whether you can see it, but it's almost empty. He was really thirsty. But as long as he has fun, that's not a problem, of course. But we can directly show you the Hubble terrace. Like, look how nice it looks. Here we have our current president and our soon-to-be, hopefully, treasurer. And now we will go inside to show how Hubble looks like. Everywhere on the ground there are signs to keep distance.
So
we will continue our tour to Hubble, how it looks now. Here's our live stream live on TV. I see that here's Frits wiping off his champagne jacket.
we can maybe ask him something.
How did this happen? What?
Okay, so I'm gonna sit because it's Hubble regulation. Fritz thought it was funny to fuck up my suit, so now I'm cleaning it because it smells like champagne. Yeah, I guess that's the cost you pay for being a loser. Yeah, that's right. We're losers and now we gotta pay for it, unfortunately.
Terrible, but it's true. But you can see it over here. The bar is open like always. And there are still a lot of tables. It's still really buzzy in Hubble. So if you want to have a fun night, you can always go to Hubble. Here's Roland taking care of all the technical issues we're struggling with, and Maud in the background don't want to be shown on camera. So we will go back to the stage.
Oh, wait, the microphone. Yeah.
This is how our evening is filmed all night by a ladder in which my phone is in a standard, and it was a lot of work, but it works. And now we'll go place it back. The evening is almost on an end, so therefore we wouldn't let you all leave without showing the Lustrum team. Everybody who already solved the treasure hunt, the scavenger hunt, has already seen it, but now for all of you, Wigger will announce it, and then we will show our Lustrum team and our introduction video to you.
I think Nadine already did pretty much all of the announcement. But I'm looking to Roland now, and he will show the video on the stream very shortly.
Ik ga jullie vertellen waarom ik zo enthousiast ben over dit bedrijf en ik hoop dat jullie ook zo enthousiast worden over dit bedrijf.
We zien data science, sustainable innovation, wiskunde, natuurkunde, software engineering. Ik heb deze mooie certificaat gekregen van RTL. Hartelijk gefeliciteerd jongens, ik ben echt trots op jullie. Super. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So that was the big Lustrum theme reveal. Gulveig. I didn't get it when I first heard it, so I want to get Roland on stage to explain it a little bit, because I think we need some explanation.
All right, hold my banana. Yes. Here you have a thing. Okay. Welcome. Yes, the announcement has been done. If you followed the live stream carefully, then you will have all seen our new Lustrum team, which is all about the Norse god Gulveig. And this Norse god is actually a god that sees the future. So she can exactly predict which stocks are good and which stocks are becoming bad. And also, the name Gulveig is translated as Goudroes in Dutch. So it's Goudroes. And actually the original Norse translation also means gul, which is golden, and veig, which means alcoholic beverage, or also golden. So therefore, our Lustrum team will be very much around gold, and our Lustrum color will also be navy blue, as you have seen in the background. And we will continue this live stream later on, but first of all, I would really like to thank everyone here for tonight's attendance and effort, and I hope that together we can make this Lustrum as mysterious and exciting as you now have seen that our past years was.
One last question, Roland. Can you explain the banana?
Yes, the banana is actually an item that we bought with Hubble. I was board member of Hubble, also doing the last intro. And I bought the banana because a co-board member, old co-member of mine, wanted a blow-up banana, and I was already buying a lot of blow stuff. So yeah, this was one of the things that we invested in as Hubble.
Okay, so it had nothing to do with the theme.
Of course not.
Okay, thanks. So that was the stream for everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you so much also for the Lustrum committee for making this technically possible as well. Everyone has been hard at work this day, but also in the previous weeks, to make the announcements and to make the videos that you've all seen today. So thank you very much for tuning in. We hope you had a lot of fun. We saw that in the Discord there were a lot of IGs there. I hope that everyone was able to enjoy it within a group as well, as it should be, of course, because during the times of Corona, we should try and stay together and enjoy these kind of things together, I think. So yeah, thanks to everyone for tuning in. That was the last event for BNR for this year. But we'll be back next year with even more ambitious, even more exciting, and even more grotesque and Norse gods-like than we've seen before. So I'm excited. You should be too, and I hope to see you there. Thank you so much, and have a good night.